Hey guys, what's up? So I feel like I want to squeeze one more review before we end this month, and today we're going to cover DuckTales 2017. Why I'm not covering the original is because, well, for one, I am. Let's see if I can For one, I feel like I am never really much of a fan. I don't watch the original much. I saw it for some few clips as well as some episodes. And well, I did cover the first episode before, but yeah, I think I want to go redo most of the show and the entire first season to make up for the lack of covering a lot of the show as of late. So yeah, and because I never watched the original, and I'm just gonna say it. I never, let me try this again. I never watched much of the original. I saw maybe some sort of review on it. I was hyped for this reboot, and really, it kind of more is a more based on the comic book versions of the same, more based on the comic book versions. So yeah, I forgot to make a few jokes around it. So yeah, David Tennant, who you may be familiar with him nowadays, has played one of the Doctors, the 10th Doctor to be precise. At least on which Doctor you're referring to. And Doctor Who, and Ben Schwartz, who you might know that guy because he was in Parts of Recreations, and his recent role as Sonic the Hedgehog, who also plays Dewey in this one. And while talking about the current Donald Duck's voice actor is also playing. I'm just gonna say, hey, this show is pretty good. Hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm getting behind myself. Let's just try to get the review of the 2017 version ready. So yeah, I'm covering the first season of the show. I'm gonna cover season 2 sometime later, but I feel like covering the first season would probably be much easier, so I can get probably if I were to monetize these videos sooner, I'll probably do it at some point. So yeah, the first season of the show. So normally I will talk about these stories in themselves. Though I'm gonna make a quicker version of it. Woohoo is the premiere episode. We're introducing to our main cast, Donald Duck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Who in this version don't sound like more like children, some more actually like teens, but oh well. Dressed up in more unique designs. Scrooge McDuck stayed looking the same and obviously more voiced by the 10th Doctor. I can imagine time traveling jokes and also possibly playing zombies. Sorry, he's also voice acted the jokes. I saw some weird on novels. Basically, find the lost jewel of Atlantis, and also we have Glumgold's reappearance. Who I really like his design. I feel like the only complaint I had with most of the Duck, I do really like more of the modern design versions of every single character in the Donald Ducks in the Ducktales verse right now. Ducks villains. Mainly why, for the most part, looking back at most of these characters, and yes, most of these characters, you could tell they obviously just look like reskins. Why I commonly like to call joke around reskins is that if you look at like Glumgold in the original, I do really like the design. At least they're trying to go Scottish, but I know this was during the time when age of reuse animation, but I feel why not? I know it's an unfair comparison. I just felt like when you look at back some of the older designs, you could tell they kind of look like copy and paste. Obviously, I know this is during the time and era, but yeah, still, he appears in this version. Oh, and also where Donald Duck wears his signature black one in the show. And funny thing, he did wear black in the original, and it will be his mainstay colors in the show for the show only. The second episode is pretty much. Oh yeah, right. I forgot to mention. This is the episode where they reinvent Webby in this version to be more of an active version, and Miss Beatley as a spy. Because why not? As a spy. Okay, that will be explained much later. But yeah. Who, yeah, for almost all. So, yeah, pretty much those are the tips. Oh, and the episode ends with Dewey discovering a painting of Diana. By the way, this was the first two-part episode, by the way. And that was the first episode. Really a good episode and setting up a lot of characters and whatnot. The second episode is just Webby deciding to take the boys to Funzo! That's Basically, the Chuck E. Cheese place. Ever since she lives in the script, for almost her life, she didn't explore outdoors, which is nice. So we get the Buzzy voice, who is played by it was the guy who needed for voice acting for it, who plays the reinvent, where we get where we get finally the Beetle voice. For those who do not know, these guys are and then again you can see the same look. Well, in the originals you do look like comic crooks. Here, I feel like I do really like the uniqueness and variety designs with these characters in the more reboot versions. And while they do also have several redesign, and while there are different varieties, most of these are more one-up. Here, they tend to also have a lot of different designs. Even there's a bunch of other. Even we see a lot of different characters, and I do really miss Weekly's modern design as well. There are also a lot of Beetle dolls, including the originals, which are, I assume, the original characters, by the way. More classic look. The Gaia, the Jajaruza, yes, and many others. I do really like it's more of a legacy characters, and the grandpa and grandma's mom, but Z is also there. And it's pretty much a nice way to reintroduce the Buzzy Beetles in this episode. The Impossible Summit of Mount Neverest, not much of a Christmas episode. It was just more, it gives more Scrooge McDuck's lore. It was a pretty good episode, and pretty much the Great Dying Chase reintroduced some character. So yeah, Scrooge decided to want to show his Moneyval hot day's work after missing his laziness. Louis decided went on to show Scrooge's #1 dime, which, for those wondering, is literally a thing. Is that you better not debt? That's his first dime when you go, and because of his. Yeah, he pretty much. Which is probably the main thing of why Scrooge McDuck decided to move to Duckburg and pretty much become a wealthy man. And, and this is also the same episode that reintroduced Gizmo. The Gearloose, who I also do like his more modern design a bit. It looks like more like a. I do also like his modern design as well. Then you get to the little ball, who also became much more. A bit more. Became a little more hostile a bit, and also his design is also lovable. Also, yeah. And also and also we have Miss. And also Miss Quickfire also does exist in this episode, who she is based. So Scrooge McDuck's advisor, though. By the way, for some. Anywho, yeah, pretty good episode. Another Beelzebub episode is Beagle's birthday massacre. After the disappointment of the people left, Webby decided to meet and bond with a rebellious teen, Lana, who was originally created in the series. Decided why not to actually Ma Abil's birthday a party and resume break. The wheel glad. And they and the boys were looking for Webby and eventually got kidnapped. They managed to escape and remain friends. Wow, that's kind of where plot is. Unbeknownstly, this duck, is revealed to be the niece of the evil sorceress, Makata Spell. Obviously, for those who do. If you're newer fans, she's obviously one of Scrooge McDuck's antagonist. An actual Scrooge McDuck antagonist. The House of the Guard. During the. It's pretty much an episode of them looking for. Yeah, the main plot is not really much of a golden cricket. Yeah, this episode is them just anyone who go to golden cricket, and then we see. Yeah, Scrooge McDuck nephews Webby and Donald decide to summon the weirdest in a oh, somewhere in China. They meet Donald's cousins, Star Gardener. who is the luckiest duck on this planet. He's a real lucky. Where they need to fight, and they also end up. Which, yeah, he's an actual character, by the way. Surprisingly, I didn't look up. Then again, he was a ghost instead of a duck. And again, his relatives. So mostly ducks, but oh well. I honestly hated this. And, I really like the character, though. Surprisingly, looking at the original counterparts, at least he more looks unique in the originals. I do feel like a lot of the originals, I think they still have their own charm and everything, but you can see mainly the ducks do look a bit steamy at times. I always feel like it's not a duck dressing up as different characters a bit at some times, but oh well, probably it's been my opinion. Movie a toad version of Lu Ha. The guy is basically here for luck or something like that. I never really learned Chinese mythology. Probably there'll be a potential lead character we can think about. Keeping it, probably next year too. Keeping distance from the kid with the kid, and pretty much this episode is pretty much a luck vampire, and one's a held hostage. Always a good luck. After Dawn Dark, surprisingly one fifth. And showing it bad luck and everything. Yeah, I probably don't know everything. Oh yeah, Launchpad this episode did end up leaving and decided to go help his girlfriend plot or something. Or something that's off screen. I would like to see an episode based on that. The inferior of Mark Beats, pretty much Zuckerberg of this universe. Yeah, Mark Beats is pretty much a Zuckerberg of this. Pretty much, I would like to call this character Zuckerberg. Look at this universe. There's an upcoming billionaire, and the guy who's pretty much owns pretty much Apple of this universe, and the owns of this universe is Apple. And why not? Also, then there's an industry spy, Falcon guy, who is voiced by Scott Rounds. Medic from Team Fortress 2. Yeah, I feel like it's something I kind of think about Medic being a spy right now. Sorry, it's just I couldn't resist as a tier 2 fan to make jokes. I'm going to stab. I'm an eagle for some reason. Should I be a pigeon or something? Kind of fits the whole joke of how pigeons aren't real, birds ain't real. Arriving to take the project to that. Oh, there had to be nothing, just a type of a fake product that's billionaire. Good intention to kill him was obvious. It was an episode of them basically of him just wanting to become rich. I'm surprised he didn't just expose him or something about that. Anyways, next up is a Living Money and one of the next callback to the Mummy episodes. This episode, Scrooge may take the same one to go investigate a temple for an episode. Terror of the Tower Rock film, which is oh yeah, then again a good episode. Yeah. By this, yeah, you may be wondering by this point. Yeah, most of this is by the main the main plot being that they want to look for Scrooge may talk about what happened to Diana, a character that was only mentioned in the first episode, and that's it. Really, we don't get much story with her, and we don't see her until something else, until the finale. But really, I feel like by this point, usually the show has normal filler episodes usually before they go back to main plot episodes. But let's continue. So yes, this episode is pretty much as in the scary movie and pretty much reintroducing the Tower of Films. And it's more to reintroduce the Tower of Films for like one episode, and really we never see them or talk about them ever again after that episode. Oh, and the Junior Woodchuck thing. Yeah, for those wondering, yeah. Yeah, there's also a subplot of basic Louis being wanted to be the woodchuck guy thing. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, you may be wondering the Junior Woodchuck guy. Yeah, it's a common thing for the character. Sorry, I'm mistaken. Oh yeah, that's Yui, sorry, one character. He wanted to become the best woodchuck guy character. Obviously, then misspeaks with her to receive an instruct. Yeah, this episode was pretty much them in this underground subreton scene where introducing characters. Yeah, and also being fan servicey. Anywho, next episode is the mysterious duck of the mystery at a duck Mick yeah, there's a lot of Mick puns in that one. Surprisingly, there's no Mick at the but oh well. Anyways, Huey decided to throw a birthday party for Scrooge, but Scrooge hates me. So he said he's a bit older. And notices he turns up, yeah. Then he goes missing, and the missing guest comes, and decides to solve the mystery of his fate with Duckworth. You may be wondering, yeah, but at this point you never noticed Duckworth was here in the original. Yeah, he never appears in the first episode, or even talks or mentioned about this character ever again. That's because in this version he's dead. Yep, yeah, I reintroduced him because of a magic failure, and yeah, also able to turn into a Bowser-like creature. Yeah, this thing just shows him just have him dead in this universe. Apparently, in this time, in the 2017 show, he's basically dead long before the show happens. I don't get how he died, and also he also has a shadow form called nicknamed Demon Wolf later on. It's a cool version. It's a weird take on the character to just have one of these characters, this one take basically be a ghost version of one of the characters. Yeah, I know he died years ago. I think maybe because of old age or anything else. I don't know how Duckworth died in this version, but must have an old age or something like that. I'm leaning towards old age. Next up is the missing link of Moonshire. This episode is basically Scrooge McDuck and Glum. It's a classic Scrooge McDuck versus Glumgold episode, and also pretty much the one episode where we see Barnaby and B and Barn and Barnaby. It was surprisingly voiced by Tara Strong and Andrew Lugman. Yeah, it's obviously that. Yeah, and considering they're voiced by ponies, considering they're voiced by IMLP staff, which surprisingly they're both voiced by uh, IMLP voice actors. I miss my little pony. Episode 11 is okay. Man, I miss my little pony so goddamn much right now. Anywho, let's continue. To drown them. Yeah, by the way, these ponies are basically.
Susan, you want to order your own dinner or ask me to do pizza?
Yeah, just ask me to do pizza.
You ask her.
I'm in the middle of a review here.
What?
Oh, I'm in the middle of a review here to review the first season of DuckTales. Sorry, forgot to pause that. Sorry, I was not into something. I was just wanting to make pizza right now. I'm sorry, I'm just cooking up. No, I don't know what to say. Too fast. Obviously a nice episode. Obviously a nice, yeah, nice to do a rivalry episode and whatnot. Seriously, where we actually did an episode talking about missing Diana, pretty much. So Scrooge and his family get stuck on an island of Iquara, a Greek island. I'll just say Greek island of the Greek gods, island of Ithaca. I'm just gonna call it Greek god island, and I can't pronounce it. Sorry, I can't pronounce. I don't feel like I want to butcher it. Yeah, basically Dewey and Webby is basically searching for her to talk about. Hey, do you know about the Spirit Celine Day neighbor that's been talked about a fair bit of the show? We see, one of the goddess of the moon. Went, yeah, I know. Yeah, we're great friends. That's with Diane and everything, and also the rocket and everything. Yeah, I mean, well, it's only because of itself that NBC series and it's Starcules. Oh wait, that's a play on Hercules. Their name is a play on Hercules. Yeah, class. Zeus' son and acquaintances of Donald Duck. They became friends more in the episode. Then we get to the Child Only a Day, which features. We see an only child day where they decided when they made up to just split up and pretend they were the only child. One plot basically focused on one of them. Huey decided when to go to Beetlejuice and how to be a good child. Louis attempts to be We find a spoiled, insane child named Drake, and you design one to do this facility's hawk show, maybe while trying to keep them together at all times. It didn't go too well, so yeah, pretty much the episode ended in not the greatest scenario, and yeah, well, we get to the episode Beware a Buddy. Launchpad finally receives a driver's license and goes like, yeah, okay, yeah, I think the pretty much Launchpad has pretty much showing Scrooge who is busy while Gizmo decided why not. Bubble is left. In turn, we get to Frontron, does this character even exist in the Fun Crux Shell or Cause? Yeah, pretty much that character. So yeah, who I would like to see. I don't know. I feel like yes, his design in the original is more what I like to say casual, while the reboot makes him more look like what I like to call more or less like more brownish design. I know that this version is a young scientist who is Latin. Yeah, that's why he's brown a bit. Yeah, man. The original is a more rich. Here he's more of a scientist. Makes sense, actually. I do. You respect me. Still. And we get to a new self-driving car. Turns out that for Mark beats himself. Yeah, it's gonna be a recurring sort of. I always. Now you may be wondering, no, I don't count him as much as one of DuckTales villains. I count him as just more of a guy who just want to flex, who just want to show he's the true successor. Tech. He's just one tech to become genius in tech, really much. I do occasional. Now and again, we don't see him. I'm supposed to not spoil that point. I'm sorry, I'm supposed. And forget what you hear. Said that you're supposed to only know that when we talk about the end of season two's finale ending, which I'm hoping no. If you've seen by now, you get the point. But I'm not gonna spoil it at this point. And this episode pretty much just reintroduced Gizmo Duck into the show. In the original, I always see it as more of what I like to say, more early prototypes in the. Well, in the original, looks more like what I like to say, more something made out of garage. Here, wow, this has been a much more armored version. Looks amazing. I actually like the reboot makes it look like a. Well, keeping the original design, pretty much makes it more beefier. By the way, makes it really looking like a beefier version and a bit more high tech focused. I do. And yeah, it's kind of that. At yeah, it's obviously reintroduced to Gizmo Duck after Gizmo design why not to go rampage. Yeah, this is one of his inventions that didn't go too well. Along with Cogs. Yeah, Cogs exists in the show, by the way. I would like to see them also make the show. Albeit they're focusing on Disney afternoon character for now. Then we get to the Golden Lagoon of the El Agro Plains. Oh, we see Goldie back in the show. In the original, while she is younger in the original, in the original, she's supposed to be a very old lady. In the some of the past, yes, the past, surprisingly, in which I'm surprised that in the original she's supposed to be old here. Here, she's a bit younger, mostly in modern times. I know in lore explanation they said that she found the Fountain of Youth, and that was a nice callback. It's kind of weird to make her young again, but then again they explained that she found the Fountain of Youth, and also because it wouldn't be a good representation of her in the reboot, and because the Grays didn't find her her elderly appearance to be appealing. So okay, point. Lily's explanation. I do really the universe explanation. And so yeah, pretty much an episode. They're old flames and everything, and this isn't going to be the last time or the first time. Let's go. Let's get rid of. Yeah, it's a pretty good episode, by the way. Next, we get to Jaw Dollar. Yeah, an obvious Jaw parody. So they were talking about this weird money shark that appeared. The main plot, yeah, this episode was long enough, pretty much it. I just wanted to catch this weird money shark. Unleashes a money shark to pretty much capture the number one dime. You may be wondering why it's important. Meanwhile, Scrooge attempts to basically have better public imagery through a TV interview, but there was a money shark. Pretty much that's a subplot in the episode and everything. An overall pretty good episode, pretty much. Yeah, file case. Anyways, common file cases of Agent 22. So basically, yeah, it's revealed that, like I said earlier, Miss Biggley was a spy. Explain how she is able to be more protect, make up more the fighter, who has been assigned to work at 8 by assigned by the agent by Smirsh. Basically, Shield before Disney bought Marvel. So yeah, pretty much that. Here, it's more of a secret agency. By the way, more of an agency. Then again, comparing it to I know it's a parody of Marvel, those Shield, but it's like compared. But Shield and the difference, aside from spies, they have superheroes. And then again, I would compare it to whatever I would compare it to maybe the Secret Agency, UK Secret Agency or something. I don't know what the hell they're called nowadays, but or whatever UK's equivalent spy organization. I see that as more of a spy. We see a new character named Black Herring who never appears in the original, but anyways. Oh yeah, the director of the Schmersh, I can't get something right. Is Von Drake. Yeah, the Von Drake from the original series. Who tracks down the golden great bears of the castle Draw. And defeating O'Rourke's spy Rourke Catherine, as well as Black Heron, who is a cyborg in this version, because and decided wanted to make the gum bear juice, which for those wondering if it's a reference to something, this is obviously sort of this episode is sort of more references and callbacks. I consider this episode as more the Gum Bears episode, albeit they don't really show themselves or even appear in the episode. They, aside from cameos and everything, as well as the Gum Bear use, they don't really make an actual physical appearance. Aside from constant references, they act as just pretty much there. Pretty much, then again, the Gum Bear juice was pretty much for plot purposes. Oh, and oh yeah, right, Foul. Foul exists in this unit. Oh yeah, I forgot the Foul. Oh wait, Foul. Pretty much, yeah. If you don't know Foul, think of Hydra in the in this of Disney before Disney bought Marvel. Yeah, you get the point of it. So yeah, pretty much. Well, it's more for a show afterwards, Darkwing Duck. But we'll get to Darkwing Duck when we get to Darkwing Duck. So now, while Darkwing Duck was going to be cameoed, for those who do not know FOW, I would like to explain what FOW is. FOW is an evil high organization called the Fiends or Organization for World Larceny. The the extra F, the second F never gets. Yeah, when I'm accurating stuff, I should also include the extra or the beginning letters and not leave one of them out. It just was off to. But I think naming reasons. Then again, I would also want to talk about foul. I won't want to talk as much as I want the red one of them. The rest I would want to not spoil. Hint: one of them is going to be a Mickey and Darkwing Duck antagonist, a recurring Mickey antagonist, recurring Mickey or one of Mickey's arch nemesis, and Darkwing Duck, and a recurring attack. And as for Darkwing Duck, I'm not gonna spoil their names or anything, so I am not spoiling their names. Oh yeah, for the Gumbear juice. Yeah, pretty much if you have watched the Gumbear show, which if you drink that stuff, the effects for in case of for human's case, super strong. While the Gumbears became bouncy balls. The recipe is 3 purple berries, 4 blueberry. Oh, I'm sorry. Is 6 handfuls of red berries, 4 orange red berries, 3 purple berries, 4 blueberries, 3 green blueberries, and 1 yellow berry, and 3 stir together, and you pretty much make juice. Yeah, overall it's a pretty good episode, and well, really, it also introduced a new character and pretty much introduced Larson's and Smush's existence, meaning that we'll talk about Foul when we get to Foul. Yeah, yeah, pretty much new. Oh yeah, pretty. But as for the members of the show, I'm not gonna talk too much of their member, the rest of their members, because that would be from when I say for season 2. Yeah, though I hated the other two, by the way. One being a recurring antagonist for Duck, and one of Mickey's arch enemies. We'll get to talk about them when we get talk about one of them when we get to one of them. But for now, I'm sticking with only the members that also hinted me be one of the members who worked at Fun Zone. Okay. We get to the Sky Pirates. Anyways, next episode we get to the Sky Pirates. Yeah, reintroducing the Sky Pirates in the show. No, not the ones from Ninjago. I meant the. No, funny thing, they're not the enemies of the main show, by the way. Yeah, for those wondering about the Sky Pirates, um, yeah, which reintroduced the Air Pirates, led by Don and Kamara. Who, in the originals, are more pirates that want to just destroy. No, they're the main antagonists too. They appear in Disney's Tailspin, a show about flying of one of the just from the Jungle Book flying a plane. Yeah, that's pretty much the plot of this show. Adventure Ho. Okay, that's pretty. I decided when to play that joke. Yeah, it's a very simple plot, and really there was only 2 controversial episodes. But I don't feel like talking about them. Yeah, the show. Pretty much this show is pretty much about all that. So yeah, we get to the and his gang of pirates and his air pirates. Though I do remind you all, he's from Tailspin and supposed. And is more of a Ducktales antagonist than for Bamboo than DuckTales. They never enter. Yeah, this is the closest. Yeah, this is the episode where they decided to make their appearance. By the way, their take is that they're basically raiding pirates that do singing, that do real good. That sing. There are more singing type pirates. They also organize their single one to blunder you, which uniqueness in their take, and one episode is also then do we decide become the new cat. But then again, the episode ends with him with his original Sky Pirate, the Air Pirates getting destroyed. It's kind of weird to see it's kind of a weird take to change them to be more like the stinging type pirates, but oh well. It's nice to bring back some old Disney villains. Oh, and by the way, funny thing about Dewey holding a sword, it's a reference to him of his voice acting role in Randy Cunningham. Ben Schwartz voiced that character, by the way. Man, I remember watching Randy Cunningham Night Grade Ninja. Unless on the first season, never the second season. I might go around watching the second season sooner or later. That's one of the few shows on my backlog list I really need to get around watching. Oh dear God, I have a lot of shows I put on backlog list. Seriously, I have shows like Awaha, those Toads, and animes like JoJo to be on my back. I need to get around watching. Seriously, I have these shows on my backlog list right now in my mind. I kind of forget them, but you get the point. Donald Duck. The Secrets of the of the duck cat. Anyways, yeah, a bit more story episode for. Yeah, by this point, most of the episodes are pretty good, but it never. They don't really follow much of the story. At least the episode, mostly I consider most of the show felt. Like I remind you, most of the seasons, all the seasons of the show tends to feel a bit filler, and while they do have story episodes there now, usually the show takes its own pick. Usually has a better bit of filler episodes, really. As Brave boys, it costs yeah, the secret yeah. The episode goes of them going to the with the Kingdom Templar. Sorry, I'm thinking about Assassin's Creed when it comes to Templars. Not really much of a franchise. It's just like they tend to think of video game stuff. Oh, Scrooge decides to pay a visit to his family, Fergus and Ron. Okay, visit just why not? Family relationships and problems. Ooh, however, Scrooge set out to find himself alone with this old treasure. Meanwhile, the others are trying to finding evidence of their finding what Ian and Eugene will be deciding. Time to look for pictures. Time to look to find where my mom went. But yeah, it turns out I also really like this episode. It's a bit emotional, and yeah, it turns out his father, Scrooge McDuck's father, plot twist, Scrooge McDuck's father, pretty much gave him the number one dying the dirt digger as a self-resisting gift, and pretty much the reason why he pretty much goes to America. Louis eventually found an image of the spear of Celine, a rocket. Anywho, that was an interesting episode. Then, well, back to filler episodes for a while. Magic. Anyways, yep. As the wind, who is Gizmo Duck? This episode is pretty much as a beat. The Beetle Boys decided why not to go. Hey, let's go try to rob a bank today. Typical try. And then Gizmo Duck. It's a Gizmo Duck theme episode. I'm just giving me memories of the weirdest thing recurring of his talent map thing. Seriously. Because they don't know. Yeah, decided why not? My beats decided want to make opportunities of it and the suit. And also leading to a weird Sun and Moon transformation sequence. Obviously, this episode pretty much get more character development to get more Gizmo Duck, more screen time and whatnot. As well as his origin story, and her mom's like, yeah, totally not this weird Gizmo Duck guy that you. Yeah, I know it's kind of weird. Then we get to the other bank of Screw Duck. After Duck overhearing the Duck to hide the number one die, he decided to hide in the most dangerous objects. So she forces a need to make. He goes to the other bin, filled with a lot of mystical creature stuff, and after nightmares and everything, and weird nightmares and everything. Meanwhile, Supple, they decide to look for Terrafoot of Louis and be trying to convince that Huey Dewey that to find pretty much just Bigfoot, really. They actually find out that it's trying to be a con artist. Yeah, and as well as seeing a bit of illusions magic of it, and also a nice reference to the original design. Actually, this isn't the first time you actually saw Baby's original design. It was in the first episode, pinned, by the way, on the wall. Then we get to on the way to another adventure. So anyway, the last crash summit of the Sun Chaser. Yeah, that's the extra time. So after going on another adventure, Scrooge accidentally crash land a plane and at the Sun Chaser. Yeah, that's the plane that Launchpad rides. I forgot to mention, yeah, Launchpad. Yeah, he's the original. Yeah, I do feel like he's much better in this show, and I do really like his comedy and whatnot, and the fan of Darkwing Duck on the way to the boulder top of the mountain. And meanwhile, you do and Louis as well. So we decided, yeah, time to go look for researching about it. While the adults are just Scrooge and after the serious in danger and everything. Scourge reveals the truth. Diana stole the just laying and disappeared in space. Cause Donna was kind of tied with him bandage and had problems and everything. And it's because the and yeah, once they reach home, the trio decided they wanted to go back to Donald. Scrooge, Webby decided they wanted to go. Miss Beak, he takes Web away for a extended vacation and leaving Scrooge alone once again. For a few episodes. And then we get to the season finale, with Scrooge abandoning his friends and everything, and you know what? And his family. Madaka decided to take a chance by possessing Lena and power, and when they learn close powers, striking him back to get out of prison, and within the dime, turns out he was cheered down to the dime. Meanwhile, Webby Launchpad and Miss Beakley decided, time to do. The boys forget. Then Scrooge. Madaka reveals herself to be all Little Duxbury taking over, releasing everyone's shadow, joined by the rest of the gang, and the most of the gang, including a headless mad horse. No joke that there was that character. And Donald decided to, and then Gizmo decided to include a voice box into Donald, where he sounds like Don, because, you know what, I'll just go with him. When anyone knows about War Machine. It sounds like War Machine. Oh, yeah, War Machine. Yeah, no joke. He literally Don even voiced the episode and going, yeah, I think his voice sounds. Yeah, it's kind of weird to realize he just goes, yeah, sound like War Machine. Miss Beakley, yeah, launch back, fly back, okay, Madaka. It's revealed that Madaka created the Lana just to go for this attack. And this isn't from. They saw the shadows and everything, and epic climax and everything. See, sacrifice herself, and from Madonna's just her magic and powers, forcing to flee. Yeah, Lana survives the entire show, merged with her shadow. Another word shadow. Okay, wait, she was already dead for. Oh wait, she was trying to do a shadow for a while. This will be until season 2. This will be until season 2, but for a few episodes. And the family celebrates new site. And the finale ends with the family reunion once again. While the newscast under Aaron, we see a girl looking at the TV who's standing on the moon. It's Diana. Yeah, Diana. And we see Diana in the end of the season. I feel like, yes, I think which later on season 2 and we will not talk much about her when we get to the later on episodes. No, as for the main plot of the first season, aside for a few episodes, pretty much was finding the clues of where Diana went. And we see her in the moon still alive. It's kind of weird to have her straight up here in the episode. That's me. Yeah, we see her in the first episode. Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, I know it's basically the Where's Diana episode, Where's Diana season. Despite the fact that most. Yeah, you're gonna get used to the season format that, yes, there's a main plot, however, it's usually a bit aside for now, but at least the filler episodes kind of make up for it, at least. It more goes with Easter eggs and callbacks and everything else. I really enjoyed the first season. It's more for. You don't need to watch the original, and it's one of my opinion, it's one of the best reboots of the show. Oh, and done right. Well, next when we cover season 2, we would need to. Next time we'll cover season 2. I'm covering these by years apart. Uh, so yeah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to become to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. And until next time, I feel we are going to have a reunion with Diana, as well as other returning characters. Bye.